Picture the loneliest person in your company. Now picture that it's the CEO. Gallup just released its 2026 State of the Global Workplace Report, built from data in more than 160 countries. Senior leaders scored 10 points higher on loneliness than the people who report to them. They also score higher on daily stress, higher on anger, higher on sadness, and they're also less likely than their own employees to laugh, smile, or feel any enjoyment on a normal workday. This isn't a personal problem, it's actually a strategy problem. Well, it's both. Some of the most visible executives in the world have said versions of this out loud. Tim Cook, in the advice he gave Apple's incoming CEO John Ternus, put the human and relational side of leadership ahead of any product roadmap or technology bet. Brian Chesky at Airbnb, Indra Nooyi at PepsiCo, Carol Tomé at UPS, all of them have described the same paradox, which is running a massive organization, having a lot of power while feeling cut off at the center of it. So what's loneliness exactly for someone at that level? It's not about being physically alone. It's about the gap between relationships you have and the ones you actually want and need. It's the same for everyone. And for executives, though, that gap tends to widen with every promotion. Here's why. Every step up the ladder filters the information you start receiving. Fewer people are willing to challenge you. Fewer people give you feedback that isn't shaped by what it might cost them as they're giving you the feedback. The relationships that give you the truth are harder to keep. Then there's the weight nobody really talks about directly. Senior leaders carry decisions that affect a lot of people's livelihoods. That pressure rarely gets acknowledged, even internally. It's high stakes with no release valve, essentially. And the health data on this is not small. Former Surgeon General Vivek Murthy has compared the mortality impact of chronic loneliness to smoking. And it's like smoking 15 cigarettes a day, he says. Researchers who've reviewed dozens of studies put the increased risk of early death from loneliness at around 26%. Separate research on heart disease and stroke found even higher numbers. Gallup's data also shows the upside, though. Leaders who've built real connection with the people around them, they're 14 points more likely to say they're thriving in their lives overall. So here's what I suggest you do with all of this. First, build a peer network. Find people who have no stake in your decisions. That might be an outside network, an executive coach, a peer coaching group, or just maybe even an executive education program. The goal is to put yourself in contact with other people who aren't involved with your own career or you influencing their careers. Second, audit your feedback environment. If you can't remember the last time someone's feedback actually changed your thinking on something important, your environment may already be closing in too small. So ask for feedback and input directly. Make it a habit, not a one-time request. And so leading with vulnerability yourself sets the tone for what people are willing to bring to you on an ongoing basis. And then treat your well-being like a strategic asset, not a personal indulgence. Chronic stress and isolation erode the judgment leadership actually depends on. Exercise, meditation, sleep, real food. And where you can, do it around other people. Group activities and shared experiences build the connection that solo habits just can't. The Gallup data puts a number on something organizations have mostly avoided naming. The people responsible for direction, culture, and every major decision that ripples through the workforce are the ones right now with the least genuine human connection. The loneliest people in most organizations are also the ones with the most power to change it. That's the reframe, so you can leapfrog the headlines, your leadership, and your business. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and find me at sorenkaplan.com.